Hi flutes, today I'm going to show you how to put together your flute. Now, the first thing you have to do is just figure out which side is the top and which side is the bottom. There's a pretty easy way to tell which one's the top. It's the one that says what's inside. So we have a Yamaha flute in here. This one has a Bundy flute inside. Now I will tell you this Bundy case tricked me because it says it on both sides. So this is not a good example. And I'll show you the trick for if it has it on both sides. But most of yours will probably just have writing on one side. So I'm going to make sure it's locked before I do this. This is the top, the part that says Yamaha. On the other side, you'll see it's just black. There's nothing, no writing on it. So that's the bottom. The side that has no writing is the bottom. And your latches should pull up. If you're pushing down for your latches, it is upside down. So latches should pull up. So with this Bundy case, where it says Bundy on both sides trying to trick me, I know that my latches need to go up. So when you open your flute case, you're going to see that you have three parts. That was a bad thing for me to do, but it's okay. So we've got three parts. We've got our head joints. That's where we blow over. We've got our body, which is the long section, and we've got our foot. So there's a head, a body, and a foot. You're going to take the head first and the body. The long section that doesn't have any extra keys is where we're going to put the head in. And I'm just going to twist back and forth gently, back and forth, until there's a little bit of this section still showing. I don't want it to go all the way in, but I also don't want there to be a lot of that dull out as well. Your instrument will be out of tune if you do that. Now, this is the difficult part of putting it together. We want this hole to be in line with our finger keys. So I'm actually going to look down my flute as I do this. I'm looking at the hole and I'm looking down my flute to make sure that where my fingers are going to go is in a perfect straight line. So I'm going to twist, twist, twist. I'm not going to grab very hard on these keys because you can bend them. It's actually better to hold up at the top. And I'm just going to twist it in until my keys are in line with the hole. Now, to put the foot on. The foot, you would think that the bars would be, here, I'll put it on. Same thing, I'm going to twist very gently. You would think that this bar should just continue. Actually, the foot joint bar needs to be in the center of this bottom key. This bar goes here to the center of the last key on the body. So we don't want it to be in a straight line here. It needs to be, the foot joint comes to the middle of the body. That is because all of our pinkies are a different length, right? It's just like on our recorder, this bottom foot can turn because our pinky controls these three buttons. So if you have a shorter pinky, we might adjust this, but as a rule of thumb, it's usually halfway, but it's about half in this key. So make sure that this bar comes to about the midpoint. So now my flute, I've got my hole, it's in line with my fingers, and then we've got the bar. So it's hole, finger buttons, and the bar are all in a line. Now to take it apart, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold at the top of the body, hold gently. I'm never holding really hard. Gently twist your head off. Head goes in. Gently twist the foot off, right? I'm not twisting a ton, just back and forth, back and forth. Put the foot back in. And finally, put the body back in. Oh, that's not final actually. The final step, this is so important. Close the case and latch the case. That's the most important part. Latch the case. Because when I pick it up, if it isn't latched, flute's going to go everywhere and it's probably going to break something. So practice putting your flute together a few times and then come see me.